sometimes it just randomly shuts off. All right, so if we got this one and we decide to kind of explain it on a number line. Okay, so we have 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to infinity. Keeps on going. Same thing with negative, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Clean that up a little bit. -6, -7, -8, and go to -9 just to be symmetric. -9, and it keeps on going all the way to negative infinity. Okay, so if we know everything from here to here would be less than, that means everything from this side and everything from this side would be true, because the absolute value of x is greater than 7, because we plug in 8, absolute value of 8 is bigger than 7. Absolute value of 9 is bigger than 7. If we keep on going, absolute value of 1,000,000 is bigger than 7. Same way this way. It will be bigger than 7. Because if we plug in x equals -8, the absolute value of -8 is +8, which is bigger than 7. Absolute value of -20 is +20, which is bigger than 7. So as you keep on going to the negative numbers, you'll still keep getting your true answers. Okay, so the absolute value of x is greater than 7 means that x can be less than -7, or x can be greater than +7. That's that key or, because they can't be both at the same time. Where we had the less than, you had the and. All right, so we're going to take this and put it in our general idea, because it will work for any value you use instead of 7. Okay, so if you have the absolute value, bring that up some, of x is greater than k, that just means that x is less than -k, or x is greater than k. Or if you don't want to apply it to greater than or equal to, same thing, just different sign. Absolute value of x is greater than or equal to k. Just means x is less than or equal to -k, or x is greater than or equal to k. So, again, if you remember one, you remember the other. All right, so any questions on that one? All right. Looks like everyone's done writing. Okay, so let's say, for example, we wanted to solve absolute value of 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 6, and graph the solution set. Clean up that 5 a little bit. Okay, so we see we have our greater than. So we just want to remember that the absolute value of x is greater than or equal to k. Just means that x is less than or equal to negative k, or x is greater than or equal to k. Okay, so if we apply that to this problem, it's just telling us that the absolute value of 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 6. Just means that 3 minus x over 5 is less than or equal to negative 6, or 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to positive 6. Okay, so now we just go ahead and solve both. Okay, so we have our 3 minus x over 5 less than or equal to negative 6. And 3 minus x over 5 is greater than or equal to 6. Okay, so if we go ahead and multiply both sides by 5, those two cancel out. So you have 3 minus x, so less than or equal to negative 30. Subtract 3 from both sides. So you have negative x, so less than or equal to negative 33. If we divide both sides by negative 1, because we solve for negative x here instead of positive x, you have x. Whenever you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to switch the sign direction. So you have greater than or equal to 33. So you switch sign direction when multiplying or dividing an inequality by a negative number. Okay. You don't have to do it when you add or subtract by a negative, but you do have to do it when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number. Okay, so we have x is greater than 33. Now if we solve this one, again, we multiply both sides by 5, where those two cancel out. So you have 3 minus x is greater than or equal to 30. Subtract 3 from both sides. You have negative x is greater than or equal to 27. So if we divide both sides by negative 1, we'll bring that down a little bit. Negative divided by negative is positive. So we have x. Remember, we divided by negative, so we switch signs. This is less than or equal to negative 27. It's one of those inequality rules that's easily forgotten. Okay, so now we graph our solution set. Okay, so you don't have to worry about plugging in negative 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have negative 27, just plug in your negative 27, and your 33 is less than or equal to and greater than or equal to, so you're going to use brackets. So x is less than or equal to negative 27. It means that everything on this side will be true. This is your x less than or equal to negative 27. And x is greater than 33. Since it's less than or equal to, you're going to use your bracket. And everything here will be true. Okay, so that would be your graph. Okay. So any questions on this one? All right, I'll leave that up for a few more seconds. Okay, so let's say if we wanted to solve absolute value of x over 8 minus 1 is greater than or equal to negative 4. So this one is similar and different than the one I had you try earlier. Because before it was less than or equal to a negative number, which meant that there was no possible way the absolute value would ever be less than a negative number. This one, any value you plug in for x will always come out to be positive, which means this positive will always be bigger than a negative number. So before, when you had less than or equal to, it was no solution. With this one, you have infinite solution, because no matter what you plug in, it'll be true. If you plug in 0, 0 rate is 0, so the absolute value of negative 1 is 1, which is greater than or equal to negative 4. If you plug in a negative number, let's say you plug in negative 8. Negative 8 and negative 8, well, negative 8 divided by 8 is negative 1, so you have absolute value of negative 2, which is 2, which is bigger than negative 4. So no matter what you plug in for x, you'll always come out with a positive number, which will always be bigger than your negative number. Does that make sense? All right. Okay, so since any absolute value is, can't say positive, it's more like non-negative, because it can be 0. So that just means greater than or equal to 0. Every value of x will make this greater than negative 4. Okay, so your answer is actually infinite solutions. And if you wanted to graph that, let's say it's a 0, I'll say 1, 2, just to fill in some space. It's literally every number. Okay, where your solution set is from negative infinity to infinity. All right, so any questions on that one? Okay. So let's say we wanted to solve absolute value of 9a minus 3 minus 8 equals 4. Let's say we also wanted to solve the absolute value of 3x minus 2 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5. And let's say if we wanted to solve absolute value of 3x minus 2 is greater than 4. Okay, I'll let you get started on these. And I'll write the general solution next to them. Absolute value of x equals k means that x equals k or x equals negative k. Okay. So for this one, absolute value of x is less than or equal to k. Means x is greater than or equal to negative k, and x is less than or equal to k. For this one, absolute value of x is greater than k, means that x is less than negative k, or x is greater than k. Okay, so those are all three general solutions you would use for those. let's look at these. Okay, so first let's solve absolute value of 9a minus 3 minus 8 equals 4. Okay, so first we have to isolate our absolute value. Okay, so that means we have to add 8 to both sides. So you have the absolute value of 9a minus 3, add 8 to both sides, equals 12. Okay, so we know that absolute value of x means absolute value of x, well, x equals k or x equals negative k. So absolute value of 9a minus 3 equals 12 means that 9a minus 3 equals 12, or 9a minus 3 equals negative 12. And then we go ahead and solve them. So we have 9a minus 3 equals 12. 9a minus 3 equals negative 12. Add 3 to both sides. We have 9a equals 15. Divide both sides by 9. We have a equals 15 over 9, which we know 15 is 3 times 5, and 9 is 3 times 3. Anything divided by itself is 1. So you have 5 over 3. Same thing here. Add 3 to both sides. 9a equals negative 9. Divide both sides by 9. A equals negative 1. So you have 5 over 3 and negative 1. Okay. Any questions on that one? All right. Leave that up for a second. Then we'll go to the next one. It's going to shut off in like 3 minutes.